Hello, time for my life with MS. Basically, this is a MS podcast video that I do once a week. If you are into my comic stuff, my unboxings, all that stuff, this isn't for you unless you are associated with MS in one way or another. But I I did it on a different platform. Then I came to here, had more hits here than I did on the old platform. And then went back to the old platform. And that had problems trying to get videos to work. Came back here, and I don't know. I might just make a whole separate YouTube channel just for this type of stuff. But for now, Mondays are my life with MS. So if you do check out the Monday videos, that's up to you. But if you don't have MS or don't have someone in your life that's got MS or don't need or you're not looking for information on MS, please don't waste your time on this because sending me absurd and ignorant comments about the disease being fake and all that stuff, unless you're living with it, don't give me your opinion because I will fight you on it. But other than that, these are, like I just said, my opinion on stuff. A lot of stuff that I get in the mail, a lot of stuff that's sent to me, a lot of stuff that I get emailed to me, a lot of stuff that I gone over myself to learn about multiple sclerosis is what I talk about. And at the moment, I'm just going through a bunch of old files of stuff to open up some space in my house while I'm rearranging and going through stuff since we moved recently. So trying to get through some stuff, but I'm finding a lot of older stuff that I don't know if I ever went over, so I just figured what the heck, I'd go over it again. Uh, Talk to your medical staff, work with them, tell them your issues. Don't use any of my stuff to as information to start doing it my way, the way I've done stuff or whatever. But definitely just talk to your medical staff. I'm not a doctor, but your doctor should keep you up to date on all the stuff that you should or shouldn't do. And you can give them suggestions by something you might hear from me that might interest you. But always talk to your doctor first. Don't take my word for anything. Other than that, figure I'd give us one more fun fact for Independence Day since it's still July and I got this Farmer's Almanac book with all this fun information in it. Uh, on July 4th, 1826, exactly 50 years after the Declaration of Independence first asserted American sovereignty, former Presidents John Adams and Thomas Jefferson both passed away. Jefferson desired cat is laying partially upside down. Got his butt in the air, his head down on the cushion. Oh, you are just a goofball. Jefferson desired to live until July 4th so that he might breathe the air of the 50th anniversary. His last words, spoken the night before his death in the early afternoon of July 4th, are traditionally given as some variation of "Is it the 4th?" Adams died in the early evening hours after Jefferson. According to tradition, Adams uttered the final words, "Thomas Jefferson survives," unaware of the fact that his longtime friend has just passed away. So Adams made it further. If they had a bet, they did. Adams would have won it. Hey, I got an upside down cat on my arm, so that's gonna be fun trying to get some stuff to go through. Now, I look at spring, summertime as a time to rebuild yourself, rebuild your doctors and all that. If you have any medical staff that's not doing what you want them to do, not taking care of things you need taken care of, get them swapped around. Do it early, do it now. If you're able to, just to get away from all the hardships, the of wasting time with someone that's not going to listen to you and not help you out when you ask them about things. Uh, it's getting harder and harder with the whole COVID thing and everything. It's a freaking joke lately with doctors. My wife had to go in to do a blood test last week, going in for her yearly health exam. I got her to go to my doctor now too, so we're both in the same system. And now our doctor is overly booked, and my wife had to go to the other doctor in the building, which is not a problem. They're both great. Oh, nurse practitioners that are doctors, I guess. I don't know anymore. I don't think any of the non-specialty doctors I have are actual doctors. I think they're nurse practitioners, but they're good. They're at the top of my list of my caretakers. And the thing I like about the nurse practitioners, I'm probably saying that wrong. They probably see other status, but I feel like they care more because working as a nurse, your nurse is your best friend when you're sick in a hospital, or whatever. They're there to help you, to make you comfortable, work with you, do things that will benefit you. Whereas doctors are very impersonal, very quick, very to the point, a lot of them. And it's just, I like, I prefer talking to nurses. I mean, even when I go to see, like, I'll be going in, I gotta wait till October. So it's almost a year and a half since I last seen my MS neurologist. And when I go, last time I went, I was asked if it was okay if the student, the learning person, could come in. They came in with the nurse and basically did the whole spiel that the doctor would usually do. They did with me, and they were with me for a good half hour after I went through all the stuff with my nurse. And when they went over everything, so I told them what I was wanting to tell my MS neurologist. And then they get done doing all the tests and everything. Then they send him in. He comes, sits on the bench, asks me how things are going, asks me if I had any comments, questions, anything like that. And I told him a couple meds that I was interested in giving a shot, and he basically laughed at me. He said, "Oh, we're not going to do none of that." And I asked him about the BMT, and that was a no. And I'm like, all right. It's basically I'm coming up to see you just to be told everything I say is wrong, and you're not going to try or attempt even take a suggestion of mine and give me a different alternative or anything. So it's like I will see him in October, maybe. I am trying my damnedest to find a different neurologist that has MS knowledge, but there aren't any. Half the neurologists I talk to that are close to me are like, "Oh, I haven't done nothing with MS, so there's no benefit to going to them." Uh, but we'll see what happens this fall. But yeah, this is the time of year to do your things, change up your routine, get that little body moving, do some things that can help benefit your issues you're having and stuff like that. See if you can get on a nice, easy, steady routine that your body can handle and you can enjoy, and just work with it. For some reason, I had these exercises pulled out because I was curious what they said about the different ones. Because aerobics probably the best exercise for us. I'd say water, if you can get it, water aerobics, stuff like that. Yoga and not aerobics, but uh, aerobic style activity and yoga are probably the best for our issues. The problem is with the solid body, every cell being bruised and beaten, feeling it can be a struggle to get your mind to do it. But I'm currently back on doing my physical therapy exercises that were supposed to be help with my gait issues. My gait is getting terrible. With the whole moving in thing, we made it. We got moved in, but I got a whole storage shed still to empty and get here. I can't wait to get that done. Once that's done, I can start designing my life around everything else again and get a nice little routine going. But until then, I'm doing stuff as I come across things and as I choose to do them, because I'm not going to do a full fledged workout and then try and go haul loads from the storage shed. Now my truck's broke, so I'm going to focus on the physical therapy. But yeah, once that truck's back, I just want to bust ass and get done with all this stuff. I can't. He's out. He is asleep. It's funny. All right. Talk about walking, which is number one. And you want to keep walking. Once your body doesn't know how to walk anymore, or slows down because of walking issues, or just stops walking, then we're screwed. And it's basically wheelchair bound or bed bound. That's why I started my physical therapy up again, because I felt like I was getting enough exercise with hauling stuff, moving stuff, mowing my new lawn, weeding it, going around picking garbage out of it, trying to get this whole place set up the way I want. I got a bunch of trees I want to trim this week, take down a couple things, do some protection for the house, things that are in a high wind are going to hit my house. I want to eliminate them. And we will see how it goes. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do out there, so I figured that's my work. Just focusing on this house. Now that the renter's out, I'm gonna have to start going upstairs, but I don't have no. I need that stupid. It's a big step up to get into the staircase to go upstairs, because they took out the old stairs that used to be there, which I really wish they would have at least cut them right, kept the stairs so you could reinstall them. But I want either I'll have to make them or someone to come and make shorter steps so they're not normal step height, because it's getting harder and harder to go up normal steps. So it's going to be interesting, because a lot of the stuff from the storage that I want. But you'll see what happens. But yeah. But walking is life. It's your exercise. If you can do it, do it. I like how they have how to do it. Aim to walk for 30 minutes, 2 to 3 days per week at moderate intensity. Modifications, you can consider walking in a swimming pool, which like I was saying, water therapy is excellent because it doesn't put wear and tear on our joints like it does when you're not in the water, but holding the wall for support as needed. Just make sure the water temperature is below 84 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent overheating. I hope if you're in a pool, the pool's not in the 80 degrees range, and that should be the hot tub, and your pool should be cooler. But I could be wrong. Wall stretches. How do you do it? And they're great for our spasticity issues, getting those muscles stretched out and loosened up. How to do it: stand with hands flat on a wall and feet hip distance apart. Step back with your right leg and keep your back heel on the floor. Bend your left knee until you feel a stretch in the back of the right leg. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds and then switch legs. That's one of my physical therapy moves. So that I'm used to doing with gait issues. Modifications: in a seated position, place an exercise band or strap around the ball of your foot and gently extend your leg until you feel a slight stretch in your calf. Keep your legs straight and your toes pointed upward. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds and then switch legs. Yeah, basically a standing position and a sitting position type of exercise there, so that's always a good thing. Chair balance, basically for strengthening your core and improving your balance. How to do it: with your hands on the back of a chair or a wall for support. Balance on one foot for 30 seconds, then switch to the other foot. Over time, go from 2 hands on the chair to one, then none. Do the modifications. You can do the exercise from a seated position. But yeah, I don't know why they don't give you more information on doing it from the seated position, because you're not really balancing if you're sitting. So you're just going to raise a leg? Oh, I guess you just put the foot in those positions while you're sitting. And I would think you'd want to do at least put bands around your feet or calves and give you that extra pull or something. I don't know. They should have more information for that. And the last one was arm and leg cycling. Uh, and how you do it: you cycle arms and legs for 5 to 10 minutes, working up to 30 minutes, 3 days a week. Modifications: you can slow your pace as needed. Use your arms to compensate for weakness in your legs. And your arms pretty much balance you other than that with your weakness to your legs. So arm cycling, I don't know how that's gonna benefit the whole falling over and stuff like that. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But if it helps, do it. If it's something you're looking for, it sounds like something that you're trying to focus on muscle wise, definitely do it. Did I say the modifications? Slow your pace as needed. Use your arms to compensate for weakness in your leg. Yes. And I get it as far as like me climbing stairs. I'll put my hands on the stairs and I'll go up them that way because it's easier on my knees and faster to go up the stairs that way for me. And my old school little thing doing the push ups, because I can do a real push up on a staircase because you're not putting as much weight and pressure on your shoulders. That's always a nice thing too, but yeah. We gotta keep doing something to keep those body parts moving. And yoga is number one. I really wish I could get back to my yoga. I wanna go. I wanna do it so bad. I used to do it every damn day. And it just fell apart with all the pain and everything. It's some of those flexible moves and stuff. Hands on the ground and lifting a leg up in the air and bringing it down under you, stretching it out. It's like my gait got so ridiculously bad just while I was doing yoga and stuff from the pain. It's always trying to compensate something somewhere. This one talks about the health benefits of sunlight since it's summertime. We get lots of extra sunlight, and people are dealing with seasonal affective disorder and stuff like that. Uh, about talking to your health team, vitamin D, and all that stuff. But yeah, the health benefits of sunlight is our vitamin D, and even I've heard 15 minutes, as long as you got some skin exposed, 15 minutes in the light in the sun is usually enough to give you your vitamin D for the day. For the normies, the non-MSers, you might need a lot more if you're an MSer, but yet sunlight and heat can also affect us more, some of us, so be careful with that. Sunlight boosts immunity, it improves sleep quality, it aids weight loss, it improves brain function, it lowers our blood pressure, it heals some of our skin disorders and can cause skin disorders, cancers, tumors, and stuff like that you gotta watch out for. Maintains strong bones, reduces cancer risk, fights seasonal affective disorder, improves mood and eases mild depression, and promotes eye health. Well, I need to get out there because my eyes are terrible the past month. My cat's slowly sliding off. And if he moves his head one more time, he's gonna go down on the floor head first. So better be careful. What's this thing got? A bunch of myths. See what's truth and what is lies. Let's see. MS is contagious. Truth, it's not. And I don't even need to read any further. I've never heard of anybody catching MS by being contagious from someone else. MS is a young white woman's disease. No, it does not affect more women than men at a rate of 3 to 1, even 4 to 1 in some populations, or it does affect women more than men. According to Meetsy Williams, and I could get into that and the numbers and all that stuff and percentages, but I don't know. I don't think it's a contest. I don't think it matters if there's more women or men, or if it's more of one ethnicity than the other. I think we should all just work on the disease and worry about that, and not worry about what sex is getting more cases of MS than the other one. I mean, heck, it could be maybe. I mean, I'm gonna probably get yelled at for this. Uh, if you're a home worker, which nowadays there's a lot of men that are home workers too, but considering the past, If you're a home worker and stuff, like we were talking, getting out in the sun for the vitamin D, that's one of the big causes for MS is lack of vitamin D and all that stuff in our immune system. But yeah, if you're not out there doing it, yeah, I could see more women getting the disease than men if the men are if their husbands are going out. And all my friends ended up having jobs, uh, working construction, road crews, all that stuff. So you're always dealing with the sun and the heat. Yeah. So I don't know. That could have been an effect in the past, and maybe it's getting more equal nowadays. But I don't think we should worry about that. I think we should worry about finding stuff to fix things. You're going to end up in a wheelchair. Well, people with MS may have difficulty walking. The vast majority do not use wheelchairs. And you don't know. I mean, it's all based on the lesion progression and all that, where the lesions are, what body parts they affect the most. And then, yeah, then you can consider stuff like that. But the truth is, you're not going to end up in a wheelchair just because you have MS. You may go your whole life without. Just all depends the severity and all that. So yeah, all these myths are wrong. If you have MS, don't be physically active. Well, that's dumb. Because if you're not physically active, you're gonna stop having the ability to use certain parts of your body, and that's just gonna cause a lot of other issues. And next thing you know, you're bedridden or in a wheelchair because you're not doing that. I mean, I took a week's break of major moving, hauling boxes and stairs and all that stuff. And in that week's time, my physical activity was way down. And yeah, I could feel issues I was having. And he's getting closer to being totally out of the chair. So you might see this moment where his hind legs are going to go up in the air. And he's going to be all surprised that he's going to fall on. I got my arm around him. I will hopefully catch him. You shouldn't have children. You can absolutely have kids. It's not hereditary, the disease. So there's not a huge chance that your kids are going to get it, but they may. They may also get other disease. There's so many freaking diseases out there now. Pretty much everybody's going to end up with some type of form of cancer or neurological disease or skin issues or something. There's always something out there that you have to watch out for. And you do have to watch if you're on medications and you get pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding with medications, you gotta watch stuff like that. You better quit stretching. You're about 2 inches away from ending up on the floor, little dude. Uh, for DMTs, wait and see. Basically, a common misconception is not everyone needs to take a disease modifying therapy, but definitely talk to your doctors and consider it. But then again, I got a doctor that doesn't want me on one, and he's a MS neurologist. So apparently, the last one I was on was so strong that it should take care of my body for a while or the rest of my life, according to him. You have one type of MS or another. Well, it used to be just relapsing remitting MS, and primary progressive MS were the two types that you heard about. But now you got central, the I can't think of it, the central nervous CNS style one is called. and you got I am secondary progressive, so I think we're up to 5 different categorizations now because there's another one that some younger people have been getting without certain issues. So I don't know. I think I read up about it a while back and mentioned. I could be wrong. Uh, Relapsing remitting MS can progress to secondary progressive MS over time, and people with primary progressive MS tend to progress a little faster with no intermissions. But yeah, you can easily be one type of MS and advance to a different type of MS. So watch out for that. Keep an eye on how your body's reacting. Are you relapsing and then having issues from the relapse, and then the issues go away for a while, and then all of a sudden they come back like 6 months or whatever later? Yeah, then you're still in relapse and remitting, but then you have an issue, a relapse issue, and it doesn't go away, then you're probably advancing to secondary progressive or primary progressive. A lot of people skip over the secondary and go right to the primary. So, at least friends of mine that I've seen that were skinny little things, vegetarians, vegans, and all this, and ran obstacle courses, worked out all the time, daily and stuff. And I lost, well, now three friends like that I lost, and they were under 40 years old. Uh, so I don't know. I don't believe everything I read. I believe what my eyes see, and it's like my latest one. He is just sitting there enjoying the life the best he can, but living in a home that could that he's got people around if he needs them. And then all of a sudden, one day, he ended up getting so bad that he ended up in a wheelchair. Now he lives in the wheelchair. He sleeps in the wheelchair. He's always in the wheelchair, uh, which sucks because it just tore his spirit out. And I loved listening to him talk on his little postings and stuff. And he just gave up on everything. I tried to contact him. He wouldn't respond. It's like, I know he's going through major depression right now, but I still think he could benefit a lot of people if he still talked like he used to. He was getting quite a few followers that were interested in hearing how. But since there's no cure, there's nothing I can do. Besides getting treated early, there are risk factors people can control. Stop smoking, stay at a healthy weight, keep your vitamin D levels up. Oh, you're gonna fall. Yeah, you're gonna fall. I can't have you. Yeah, I can't have you fall down. There, laying on my knee now. That's better. I can pet you and hold you while you sleep. But yeah, it's it's a crapshoot. It's snowflake disease. We can all have a little different issues than everybody else and have different experiences with it, but the best we can do is work together to kick the monster's butt and keep them at bay. This is physical therapy activities for people with MS. There's posture awareness, or shoulder blade squeezes and chin tucks can be performed sitting or standing. There's sit to stand exercises, and you want to be able to get in and out of a chair, in and out of bed for a while. It's like and you just do it like for a certain amount of minutes. They say you can visit cando-ms.org/exercises to get a series of MS moves videos. But the sit stand exercises, that's one of the first things. Physical therapy works with you too when you're dealing with gait issues and stuff. Basically, sit on a chair or the side of your bed and just do your stand, sit, work that for a certain amount of time and keep that. Pretty much every movement you do, you want to keep those movements in our body's memory because we got a damaged neurological system, so our brain can tell us to stand and our body can say no. You can't stand or you can't sit decent and or walk or whatever. Your body can always confuse the signals going to it, so you gotta best to keep the stuff active and keep practicing it. Calf stretches for people who are ambulatory. Calf tightness can cause balance issues and shuffling when walking, both of which increase your fall risks. People who use wheelchairs can experience calf tightening because they aren't using their legs to walk, but they too can do simple calf stretches a few times a day. So definitely work your calves and your legs. I mean, that's pretty much the waist down is the main items you want to keep loosened, keep with active memory to know which what to do, what to attempt, what to letting your brain and body know what's going on. And they got deep breathing, uh, which is beneficial for all people. Taking time each day to engage in deep breathing can preserve lung capacity and help with energy management. Uh, yeah, deep breathing. It also, like they were talking about with the legs and being ambulatory and doing calf stretches and all that. Keep an eye on any puffiness in your legs and feet. You, if you start getting it, that means that it can be brought on from not enough movement, not enough mobility issues, or not enough mobility because of issues. Uh, but lymphedema sets in, you get that big bulging lower part of your leg, like all the blood's going down there and stuff. But you may, and if you have it bad, definitely go and see a lymphedema. Talk to your regular doctor and see about getting an appointment with a lymphedema specialist. But they will do massage therapy with you and stuff. They'll teach you how to cover and wrap your legs. My legs went, well, my left leg's a bad one. The right leg doesn't, but it did shrink a little with the wraps, the right leg. But my left leg basically went from, I want to say 28 inches down to 13 inches or something like that. Some spots, so it definitely helps. Along with doing the wraps and the massage therapy, they did give me a list of, I think, 12 exercises. I'm trying to find because I want to get do them again. I remember them, all the exercises, just the order. It's nice having the sheets for the order. But it's everything from doing foot movements and working your foot so the lymphedema fluids, the lymph nodes, whatever, keep producing the fluids and they're going in the right areas. All the whole 12 exercise or 16 exercise it might be. I was able to do on the bed, more comfortable there than trying to lay on the floor to do the butt things and all that stuff, laying on your back doing crunches and stuff. They focus on massaging a lot of key areas and all that, breathing exercises, which help with the lymph fluid, learning how to breathe through your nose, out your mouth, learning how to, when you breathe in, make sure your stomach's raising when you're breathing in. And when you breathe out, you want to breathe out longer than when you breathe in. So you'll sit there and uh, learn how to do that, and you'll get better and better as you go. And I personally, deep breathing and stuff, when I was in the intensive care unit, I did a lot of meditation style breathing and used deep breathing with it. It helped a lot. I just, every time I'm in the hospital and in pain, or at home or wherever having issues, I will do a meditation routine where I focus on those areas, imagining that there's good air outside me, bad air inside me, and I got this nice clean air going in my body to the area that has the issues. And then when I blow out, I imagine that nasty, evil air that's coming out of me, and that's relieving the pain and the issues. Your minds, even though our brains are broken somewhat, they are the number one muscle in our body. And I truly believe that you can help heal yourself by doing certain things. Oh, that last was ice cold. It definitely took that sip with the last one. But I could be wrong. But when I was laying in the hospital, many times I made myself feel less pain and stuff way better than the doctors did with their stupid opioids, high powered drugs, and all this stuff. All they do is make you feel weird. They don't actually do anything to the physical area that's in pain. At least not for me. This looks like stuff which we need to do now that we own a house. But estate planning process. You want to have your health care powers of attorney, which that I did years ago, but I think I have to redo them because they can't find the forms in my files. But yeah, they had me sit down, explain, fill out all the stuff, asking if you're going to be on breathing tubes and stuff, if you want the plug pulled and all that. And I said, yeah, I did. I didn't want to deal with that stuff. I'm starting to have the stupid. It's really driving me nuts. Be nervous because all the shit I read, of course. Self diagnosis and stuff can make a person a little more scared and worried than just talking to a doctor about your issues. But I'd say for the past month or so, almost every time I eat, it's like food's stuck in my throat, around my lung area. And I know if you have issues swallowing and stuff, and then you have some reverse issues like hiccuping, burping, throwing up, and stuff like that, there is a way that sometimes that stuff can get pushed into the lungs and cause some. And once it's in the lungs, you can't get it out, and it can cause issues. But yeah, I'm not saying it right, so don't go by my examples. But yeah, that when I heard about that, it's always made me nervous. And now the past month, I've been having problems with my food going down. Like I don't know what's up with that, but we'll have to see and just keep an eye on things. Another thing I can talk to my doctor about. He won't listen to me. But yeah, take care of your healthcare powers of attorney, who can control things that you want controlled. Otherwise, hospital will make those decisions for you. Financial powers of attorney, and if you are of any worth and stuff like that, and you have stocks, bonds, houses, whatever, property, then you definitely want to have a financial power of attorney that can take care of things. And I'm power of attorney for my mother, but I'm secondary power of attorney. My oldest sister is number one. She chose to put mom in a home after I took care of mom for 6 years, and she did not need to go in a home yet. She could have waited at least another year. But my sister chose to do that, and then she chose to sell the house. That's why we had to move out. And went through all this, which is kind of destroying us financially. But I was gonna end up paying 12 to 1500 a month. Oh, you get up there? Yeah, it's weird when you're upside down. That blood rushes through your body when you sit up. Now you're gonna run away, me covered in hair. uh, yeah, it's if you have any financial wealth, financial anything, you definitely want someone that's going to take care of it so it doesn't end up just getting tossed in the system. So many people don't have none of their paperwork figured out. Living wills, if you have children, or even if you don't have children, it's good to have a will set up so whatever happens, stuff happens. Stuff you can't just say you get this, you get that, because it doesn't mean anything. Haven't you watched the commercials? They have those commercials where it just doesn't matter what you think, you're wrong. You have to have it legally written down in order for anything to go the way you want it to go. Otherwise, the system's going to do what they want and put it in their own system. I did notice something on here with the financial powers of attorney. A person grant the decisions may encompass filing taxes, selling real estate, managing investments and retirement accounts, paying bills, providing for dependent family members. Your living will could include instructions regarding breathing tubes, feeding tubes, dialysis machines, CPR. I was thinking that was part of the healthcare power of attorney. And they got wills. They got living wills and wills. So, living will allows you to specify your preferences for end of life medical care. And a last will and testament outlines how you want your money, property, and possessions to be distributed. Yeah, I was giving you wrong information again. See? I don't read enough of it. I just look at it and get the gist of what people are talking about and give you my opinion, how I feel, or how I've dealt with things. And yeah, my wife and I uh, been talking the past week or so about getting our living will done with and our will. So there's a good possibility we'll be going through that pretty soon. It's like we don't have kids, so Anything will probably go down to her nieces and nephew. Let's see. Some helpful resources. You got Aging and Dignity, which is advocates for older adults at agingwithdignity.org and fivewishes.org. You got caring info, like hospice and palliative care. But you can find out more information at caringinfo.org /planning /advanced directives by state. You just go into caringinfo.org and find the information. Probably easier. Freewill.com. They got LegalZoom for $99. You can create a will. It's LegalZoom.com. You got MyDirectives.com. You got theconversationproject.org and trustandwill.com. But yeah, those are things you can check out for possibly getting your wills set up through online. I'm going to go through the person that did mom and dad's stuff because she's been helping me a lot with this whole ordeal with being a caretaker for Ma for 6 years. All of a sudden just being kicked in the gut by the family, not being financially compensated for anything I did for 6 years, and just being pushed out of the system. It's like they're selling the house and everything, having repairs done to the house, which I told them they needed to do years ago, and told them they should do before they sell the house to get the most money out of the house, because every repair you put into the house, it's going to at least increase the value of the house by that amount, if not a little extra. Most repairs, you're going to add about 15% to the value of the house. The repairs. In some repairs, you can almost double the value of what you put into it. But I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, it's just the whole world can shit on you really easily, basically. You just gotta keep an eye out for it. Don't need to know about that. Oh, this is in case, like this time of year again, tornado season, all that. Earthquake, fires, depending on where you're living and stuff. You gotta watch out for that, but you should have a emergency bag. They got some examples for a 72-hour disaster supply kit. It's like food and nutrition. You should have a gallon of water per person for at least 3 days. For food, you should have a 3-day supply of canned and non-perishable foods that could include canned meat, chicken, tuna, sardines, vegetables, beans, dry, anything canned. I mean, it's common sense. Peanut butter, jelly, and there's just so many things you can buy that can sit for a long time. Aluminum foils, Ziploc bags, paper cups, plates, towels, utensils, and a manual can opener. Definitely that can opener. It's the one thing in the apocalypse people find cans and have no can opener. You got to use rocks and knives and all that. Other necessities would include a mobile phone, fully charged, of course. And it's good to have those recharge things that you can charge ahead of time. Then if you run out of power, you can plug it into that and it'll boost it with whatever charge it has. Candles and waterproof matches, a knife, trash bags, local maps, duct tape, extra set of keys for the house and car, cash, credit cards, pet food, water and supplies, emergency equipment. You should have a flashlight, battery operated radio or television, I actually got one of those small ones from those old scams where they'd have you come down and look at a condominium and you get a TV for sitting through their spiel. I got one of those still, and it still works, and it uses C batteries, I think, or D batteries. So that's nice. NOAA weather radio with tone alert, and a nice extra benefit, but I don't have one of those. Extra batteries for your flashlight and hearing aids and whatever you have. Whistle to signal for stop or for help, I mean, a whistle. Personal comfort, you should have blankets, sleeping bag, warm clothes, sturdy shoes, playing cards, books, puzzles, something to do 'cause you're going to go crazy, especially in this technological world. Once you lose your technology, power goes out and stuff. Yeah, it can be annoying if you have nothing to do. Personal supplies, you should have hearing aids, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, and hand sanitizer, toilet paper, baby wipes, personal hygiene supplies, your first aid kit, and other medical supplies. Should also include disposable gloves, bandages, antibiotics, and hydrocortisone ointment, medication for 3 days, medical equipment such as oxygen, CPAP, nebulizer, cane, walker, wheelchair. Identify all your equipment with an ID tag. So yeah, it's a good variety of items. You should have on hand if you want a 3-day bug out bag or something like that in case there's an emergency. Who knows? The world can turn upside down overnight at any time with all the crap that's been going on in our world lately. But that's been an hour. I don't want to go. I don't like going over an hour, so we'll be back next Monday with some more stuff to talk about. Nothing too exciting this week. Not much going on with me, thankfully. I'm just trying to get my gait amped up and better so I can haul a bunch of shit up those stairs once I get my truck. And they're either going to do it today or on Wednesday. They're going to come and we're going to have to chain up the truck and tow it to the shop. Hopefully they'll come through for me and we'll get it done. So, keep following under the color of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Sorry, I heard something walking on the steps, but my cat's in his tower. The outside door is open. So I'm gonna have to go check. But keep following us, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes, leave a comment. I'll comment back unless it's gonna be another rude comment. I may not comment back. But yeah, don't be the special kind of stupid and leave comments if you don't have MS and you're trying to tell me about MS. Have a wonderful week. Kick the shit out of Monster, and we'll be back again, hopefully next week. Bye.